What is up guys, George Mason here. Today I'm going to be showing you something that's been highly requested on my channel. No one has actually asked me to film a video about this, but I've had a lot of questions like in the comments, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Snapchat, of how I make my thumbnails. So before we get into the video, I just want to say I use Photoshop to make my thumbnails. On that computer back there is Photoshop CC. However, if you do not have Photoshop, this tutorial can still help you because there are softwares like GIMP, which is, I don't actually have it, but I used to have it on my old laptop, where it's pretty much Photoshop. It kind of is the same as Photoshop, but it's just a lot more basic. So yeah, if you watch this video, you can pretty much use the same techniques on other softwares, but this is just how I do it on Photoshop. I know it's quite a basic style, but I get a lot of questions asking what software I use, how I do it, what techniques I use, etc, etc. So I'm just going to show you in today's video. So the first thing you need to do in order to make a good thumbnail is obviously pose. I never used to do this. I used to just like film a video and then edit it and then watch it back and then try and get a screenshot of a point where I thought I looked good, or a point where I was doing something that I thought would look good on a thumbnail. However, now at the end of the video, I just record, and for probably about 30 seconds, I just record myself pulling all different types of faces in all different positions, and yeah, I just kind of get that video and then screenshot it once it's on my computer. So first I'm going to do that now, and then we'll be on the computer in a sec. Okay guys, so as you can see, we're now on the computer. I'm on Photoshop. We're going to create a new file, and what you need to do is you need to make the width of the file 1280 pixels and the height 720 pixels. This is the official size of the YouTube thumbnails. So yeah, you just need to do it that size because otherwise it will like crop the corners out, which is annoying because you might put stuff in the corners, it might crop text out, and it might just make it a bit more not as good. So yeah, basically you need to do the right size. So first thing you want to do in order to get the stroke around your body, your head, your face, whatever, is to go around whatever you want it. So as you can see, I'm going around my whole head and torso. So there we go, just around there. And basically what this does is separates it as a whole new layout, which we will do in a second. So as you can see, we're going all the way around. This is fast forwarded, by the way. So as you can see, we're going to click make selection, right click, make selection, just press OK. You don't need to worry about that. Now we're going to go to the quick selection tool, and up there where it says refine edge, we're going to click that. Now we're going to want to smoothen the layer because, as I said, we're going to make this an outline of my body, my face. So what we need to do is smoothen the layer a lot, because basically if you don't smoothen the layer, it's going to have a really jagged outline, which is not what we want. Okay, so you can alter the radius if you haven't done it perfectly. It doesn't really matter that much, to be honest. I don't know why I moved it, but yeah, there we go. Once you've done that, you want to right click again and you want to click layer via copy. There we go. So now you've done this, as you can see, it's a whole new layer with no background, which is pretty cool. So what you want to do now is you want to double click on the layer. And when you do that, this whole menu will come up. You want to press the stroke one. And then as you can see, it adds a stroke. You can alter the size of the stroke by moving that bar. And you can also alter the color of it by pressing this. As you can see, there are little bits where there are gaps, like above the ears, and we're going to alter that in a second, as you will see. I'll show you how to do that. So the way to do this is that you're going to need a rubber tool, and what you're going to want to do with this is just erase it there. As you can see, I kind of did a bit too much, so I just changed it a bit. I did it there and just there. It's not really too important because what you've got to remember is the YouTube thumbnails are very small, so no one's really going to notice, but if you're a perfectionist, there you go, that's how you can do it. Next thing I'm going to do is text. Now the text, the font I would usually recommend is Bebas Neue. It's from dafont.com, and it's just a basic, big, bold, all cap lock font, and it's just excellent. Like if you're looking through your YouTube timeline or whatever it's called, sub box, it just jumps out of you. You don't even have to read it really. Just, you know where it is. So yeah, that's why I chose this. I mean, I always do this pretty much. So yeah, it's big, it's bold, and it's just easy to read. So now I'm going to go on Safari, and I'm going to type in emoji stickers. Now this is a website called emojistickers.com, and basically on this website you can literally buy real life stickers in the shape of emojis. But what I use it for is I actually download, I save the images. You can't copy and paste, you have to save them, otherwise it will not work, as you just saw there. You save the images, and basically what it does is it gives you the images, and they haven't got backgrounds, which is good. That's just what we want. So as you can see, I'm just going to make it that size, just turn it a bit. And as you can see, it's kind of distracting. So I'm going to move the opacity down. And what this does, as you can see, it kind of makes it a little bit less vibrant. It makes it a little bit see-through, which is good, a little bit transparent. So yeah, that's why I do that. This is a good website. And now I'm going to type in YouTube logo. And as you can see, when you type in YouTube logo, I mean, this wasn't a very good example. Everyone I seemed to pick had no background, but when you type in, usually a lot of them have don't have backgrounds, sorry, and you don't want a background. So I mean, you can, it doesn't really matter, but the way to get no background is just type in whatever you want, PNG. So whether that's emoji PNG, YouTube logo PNG, football player PNG, literally anything you type in PNG, pretty much there's going to be some with no background. Some will have a background, but it doesn't really matter. So as you can see, I'm adjusting the size of it just so it fits in. Double click it, stroke, there we go. And another thing, if you do want one thing to be above another thing, I'm sure you know, but you can just move the layers up and down, and that adjusts their placing, which is above, which is below. So now I'm going to duplicate the smiley face emoji. I could have just brought in another one, but as you can see, it's the same opacity, so it's just a lot more easier. So there you go, put that guy in. Now I feel like it's missing something. So what I'm going to do is add in a rectangle. And basically, I'm going to make it yellow just to blend it, to make the emojis look a bit more at home here. So basically, as you can see, I'm just going to do emoji across, not an emoji across, a rectangle across. And this is just going to go behind my head and behind the text, over the background, and it just looks pretty good. It makes it stand out that little bit more. I just think it's a good way of you know, displaying your thumbnails, and it just looks quite impressive. Even though, as I said this in the intro, this is a very basic style, but I think it looks really good. So again, we're back on emojistickers.com, and this time we're going for objects. I'm going to use the camera, the big camera. I don't know why, I just thought it looked quite good. I guess it kind of links in with emojis. But yeah, we're going to drag this guy in there, and as you can see, boom, we go, and yeah, brilliant. So another thing that I've had problems with whilst I drag this in, another thing I've had problems with in the past with thumbnails is that when I've posed, or when I've got the screenshot of what I'm going to use as my thumbnail, it kind of, there's no room for text. So once I've done this, it's bloody taken ages, I'm going to show you a way I do it. So what I do to start off with is, I've got one here, a screenshot of my, or just a picture of my background. So as you can see, there it is, without me on it, just a plain, just there. Now the reason I do this, I then go to filter, blur, not average, that was the wrong one. You want the, I don't know what one it is, but you just want blur. And then basically just blur it, not too much, not too little. And then basically the good thing about this is you can then move your person, you, me, whoever's your background, you can move them around, and if you try to do it with the original background, you would still be there. So yeah, this is why I did that, because then there's more space for font. It wasn't an actual problem I had on this one, so that's just a little way you can overcome that hurdle. But yeah guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, make sure you like. I've spent a lot of time on this, literally, this is long to record. Like, I've been sitting here speaking to this phone a few times because I messed up. But yeah, if you have enjoyed it, make sure you like. Comment below if you thought this was decent, if this has helped you at all. If you like this new tutorial style video, I was thinking about doing a how I edit my videos video. So yeah, tell me if you would want to see that. And yeah, also tell me below if you're going to use any of these techniques in your thumbnails in the future. But yeah guys, this is GeorgeMasonTV. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe. George Mason, over and out. And it came yesterday, a day early, which is pretty crazy. Look at it. I got this a day early, even though I only ordered it like a week before it came out.